Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Kevirsyle Network. Yes, I noticed this is not my regular time on the show, but stuff happens. But you know me, I'm Kevin Davis, comic creator, author, entrepreneur, and so many different hats that I do not feel like explaining because I'm too tired to name them out. But today's guest is a new friend of mine I met from Jumpmaster Press. Welcome to the show, Miss Sara Freites. How you doing?
Hey, thank you for
I
having
hope I
me
said that
on.
right.
You're right. Very few people get that right. So.
Yes, awesome. I'm in the minority to get it right. Awesome.
Yes.
Welcome to the show. Before we get to like the nitty gritty and everything, tell us a bit about you and like what you do. I know what you do because you're an author, but I know other things about you. But tell the audience of what you do and what you get into.
Oh my gosh. So I like to do a little bit of everything. I kind of like to have my hand in all the little jars of, I guess when it comes to art anyway. I love
Yeah.
to paint and draw. And then of course I love to write and story tell. And then I also play some instruments. I can do a little bit of singing. I usually do like backup stuff. I can't really sing in real life, but like by myself, I guess I should say. But so I kind of acting. I love to do acting. I've been in a few commercials and a lot of fan films on YouTube. So just anything that I can kind of get out and like network and meet people and have fun. Also cosplay. I make a lot of my own costumes and some I
Oh
don't,
my
but I used to
God.
go to cons and cosplay. And so anything to kind of just get out of I'm very introverted also. I know we talked about that, but I try to get myself out of my bubble sometimes. So
Oh my God. I feel that so much. As an introvert myself,
yes.
I dabble in between multiple things. That's why I get asked, "Do I ever sleep?" Because
Yeah.
when I'm posting something on Facebook about a project I'm doing, I post like another project. It's like, dude, do you ever freaking sleep? You have like 1,000 or million projects going on.
It's like, no, I
And
don't
it's
sleep.
like,
Thanks for
because one,
asking that.
right?
Yeah.
Like, because I post like one of my comic projects, and like the next day I post about my beverage I'm working on for my beverage company I'm starting.
Oh,
And
that's
then it's
awesome.
like, dude, I'm like, how do you have time for this? I'm just like, I just do. I can't wait.
Everything.
Just
I
do.
make time
Just do
for
it.
it. Yeah.
And I was like, but the answer is yes, I actually do sleep now. I actually got a better sleep schedule. Um, but yeah, but I'm a publisher, I'm a writer, I'm a comic creator. I'm getting back into writing my novels. And I wanted to get into cosplay. I fell in love in cosplay when I got into comics. And I was like, that is so freaking cool. Even though I did not grow up on comics, like I didn't find out about comics until 2020. Like, I know I'm a late bloomer,
Okay, nothing wrong with that.
but I've learned about Comic Cons and like so many different conventions and like seeing people in these costumes and like from Disney to Marvel to DC to I see your Instagram with Lori Croft. I'm
Yes,
just
my
like,
favorite.
Jesus Christ, how can I get into that? Because I am going to be, when I get into that, I'm going to be nerding out like crazy. But
Yes, go all
I
out just to have
was
fun
like,
with it.
but my mind goes crazy to where I'm going to wear like like horror cosplay, like Beetlejuice or Michael Myers.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Go for it. Yeah.
And I was like, no, I am not a serial killer, but I've been told that my mind is crazy and scary. So uh,
Aren't we all a little crazy
don't
and
call the
scary?
FBI. I'm
Yeah, don't call the FBI. Don't look at my search history.
kidding. Oh my gosh! But enough about me blabbering.
Oh,
I've seen some of your short films like on your Instagram and stuff. Can you that was like tell us about that? Like, how does that process go? Like when you get into
oh,
these short films.
well, I started acting in, God, I think I was in elementary school. I was taking classes in my school, and then I was in theater and later on, like in high school and college. But I really didn't start having fun until I started doing like YouTube films, and I got my start with
Nice.
Olin Rogers. I don't know if you've ever heard of him. Balloon
Uh,
Shop, all of them on
uh,
YouTube.
yeah.
My first viral video was "Get the Girl" from Balloon Shop, and it stuck with me. I was like, well, this is it.
Wow.
I have so much fun doing this, and that video still gets views today. And I think we posted it in
Heck yeah.
2008. I think it was so.
Oh my
Um,
God, that's
that was like my
beautiful.
opening door. He would, Olin and his friends, we all would just go to the park down the street and just film stuff. And Then as I got older, I started kind of getting into the indie scene, the indie films a little bit. But nowadays, I like to do stuff with like just a lot of my friends. Like, I mean, none of us get paid. We do it for fun. We go out in the woods. Like, we shot a couple Tomb Raider fan films. Josh Mason Studios
Oh
shot
my
that.
God.
I like Josh
Yes.
Mason a lot. And we're always doing something. We've done Zelda. We're getting ready to do another one that I can't talk about just yet.
Ah,
Like,
darn it, the tease.
just
Yeah.
that I know that we all kind of.
Yeah.
I've done some of stuff for my own books, just like book trailers and stuff.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh my God. And speaking of your book, the Midnight series.
Yes, the
For
Rise of
new
Midnight
audiences,
series.
what is your Midnight series about? What I say, like, what's the genesis of meaning? Like, what? How did you come up with the story?
Oh my gosh. Well, I was 17 when I first started writing it, and I was handwriting it. I was just like
Oof.
not really thinking much of it. I was just writing it on a notebook pad, but it kind of came to me. I had already kind of been thinking about a story, but it really got set in stone for me after I watched Queen of the Damned for the first time with my brother.
I love that movie.
Oh
Heck
my
yeah.
gosh. It really, like that night, I picked up my pen and just started writing. I had already kind of had
Oh
some
yes.
influences from anime, like Inuyasha, Gundam Wing,
Oh
like some of
wow,
the
that's some good.
older, like
Oh
Sailor
wow, that's
Moon,
some
like
good
some of the
ones.
really old stuff.
Yeah.
So it just kind of, it's literally just started there. I was just like, la la la, just start kind of writing and not really thinking much of it, just kind of having fun with it. And that was very many years ago. I'm 40 now, so that was quite a long time ago. And I would kind of work on it, and then I put it down, and then finally in college I typed it up, and then kind of the same thing. I would kind of work on a little bit, set it aside, work on it a little, set it aside, and then in my late 20s I got serious about actually doing something with it. So I
Nice.
started trying to kind of like look up, like, okay, how do I get published? What should I do? How do I, like, it was
Yeah.
just really intimidating. So getting started and all that was, I think, the biggest part. And that's kind of what I tell everybody. Like, if you want to do something, just even if you just are going to just start writing notes out, just go ahead and go ahead and do something. Because if you don't ever do it, I never would have two books, a third book coming out in December now at this point. So
Let's go. Heck yeah.
yeah, just jump in and go. Like, don't be scared.
Tell us a bit about what the series is. Like, why is it called Midnight?
Oh, okay. So it's called Rise of Midnight. That was actually not the title of the book when I first started writing.
Interesting.
It was actually called The Prophecy of a Vampire. And
Interesting.
it's about a young girl. It's a young adult fantasy. So it's about a young girl who gets kidnapped by the vampires of her city, and they tell
Oh,
her that they need her to use the powers she doesn't know she has passed down from a past life to send a demon back to hell. So she's kind of like partnering with this vampire coven and like teaming up with the bad guys basically, and she's learning these powers she didn't know she had. There's a love story, there's action, adventure, horror, a little bit of everything. And it's ongoing. It's planned to be a 5-book series, so one book
holy
a
shit.
year. It's coming along.
I'm already sold. I'm definitely buying it.
Yes, thank you.
And did you always envision this series to be 5 books, or like what was?
Oh, oh my gosh. So when I wrote the first book, which is actually 2 books now, it was so big when I got published, they were like, let's split this book into two. It's too big. So
Yeah.
I didn't realize it was going to be a 2-book. And then after, it was several years after I finished the first book. This is before I was traditionally published.
Oh,
I just started, I think I was in my early 30s. All these ideas started coming. I was like, oh, I think I have enough content for a second book. And I was like,
ooh, I
I'm just going to
love when
start
that happens.
writing.
Yes.
So I just saw what happened and I saw it through. And that book ended up being split into 2 books also because it's so big.
Oh,
So that,
I love when that happens because that's literally how I am with my books.
yeah.
Because when I'm writing my comics, I just write like the rough draft because I know I'm gonna hate it anyway, just
Yeah,
to
you're
get it
going
out
to
of my
hate
head.
it. Yeah.
And then I'm like 90 pages in. I'm like, oh shit, wait a minute.
Where did all that go? Yeah.
Whoa. And then I go back like, okay, let me chunk this up into issues. But now,
There you go.
as this is my 4th year in as a publisher and as a comic creator. Now I'm going back into my books. I'm going back into making them like those 90 pages as of one book because I've learned that a lot of people actually love a full arc story in comics. and plus it's cost effective to print a bigger book than print
Yes.
like
Oh my god.
multiple issues at once. I was like, I'll put these issues in one book and make it's buy one like order one book at a time, like order a stack of inventory one book at a time in paperback and hardcovers.
Yes.
So I was like, okay, I was like, I'm going to transition to more trade paperbacks and so an actual full arc instead of having you wait for like multiple issues and this and that. And I was like, it's definitely way more cost effective.
Yes. Oh
I
my
was like,
god.
I still break it up because sometimes I do go longer than I want for arc. It's like, okay, this arc actually stay for this for the next part of the arc. So I'm gonna stop this arc right here, make sure it's self-contained a bit, but still have
Yes.
questions open.
Self-contained. That's a good word of saying
Yeah,
it.
that's the hard part about me when I'm trying to create something. Every time I try to make like something self-contained, I always end the cliffhanger because I'm mean like that.
I'm mean. I'm mean to my readers.
Yeah, I was like, okay, I'm gonna be nice. I'm gonna have it open ended, but have it ended at the same time, if that makes sense. I'm like, this
Yes.
ends this particular arc of the story, but there is more lore to the characters and more characters to be introduced. And I was like, okay, I'll be mean. I'm not gonna do a cliffhanger, but technically, I still did a cliffhanger, but I just did
Yeah,
it in a
can't we?
different way.
Yeah, see, savvy.
Oh my god! And when you was like writing your, I'm sorry, what's the title? I'm sorry, my brain
Oh,
farted.
it's okay.
Rise of
Rise up.
Midnight.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, sorry. I'm
It's
sorry. I'm
okay.
a bit tired. My brain going everywhere. That's what happened.
I
My
feel
brain go
you.
like a million miles per hour.
It's after four
Is there
o'clock.
like
My brain is mush.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Is there like a character that surprised you the most while you was writing the series?
Actually, just my main character, which is kind of weird because you
Ah,
think you write
interesting.
your own character. Just I think as I grew as a writer, my character grew, and
Hmm.
there's I'm working on the fifth and final book now, and it's come such a long way
Oh
from
my
that
god.
first book,
Let's
and
go.
she has changed and grown in so many ways, and she's kind of the final book. I can't say the title yet, but it has something to do with her name. Her name is in the title. Let's just say that.
Ah,
And it
interesting.
means
Okay.
more than one thing. Her name's Autumn, so but it means more than just her name as I'm writing the book, and that's
Hmm.
kind of how all of my books have been. Each like Rise of Midnight. The reason I know you asked and I didn't quite answer your question, but Rise of Midnight is at the point when in my book when you're bitten by a vampire at midnight is when you fully turn. So you could be bitten at
Mm,
1 o'clock in
makes
the
sense.
afternoon, but you won't completely turn until midnight. So
Huh.
that was
That's
kind of the
new.
premises of
I've never
she.
seen somebody do it before. That's new.
Oh, really? I
I
know.
love
Well,
that.
I
Yeah.
have very weird ideas. So, but
Oh,
so for
that
her
makes
to
it
end
more
up
fun.
Oh,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
for her to end up having to fight this demon, she has to become a vampire, and
Ah,
it was kind of like the point of midnight, the rise of midnight, or the
yeah.
at midnight is when everything changes for her, So,
Wow.
um, but yeah, so each book, so when they split the book in half, I was like, oh my god, how am I going to do this? Because I was kind of nervous about it's your baby when your publisher's like, we need to
Yeah.
split it in half. You're like, oh my god, no, I don't know,
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about
Uh,
that. But my editor is amazing, and she basically was like, you wrote this book with a massive arc right in the middle of the like pretty much right in the middle of the book. That's where we could stop and pick up the next book, so you don't have to do that much rewriting. And I was like, oh, thank you,
oh.
Lord.
Hmm.
So, but then it came with the title, but my publisher helped me up with the title name because I explained, well, this is kind of what the book is about, and that's why I chose Rise of Midnight. And they were like, well, why not stick with Midnight and go with Strike of Midnight or Stroke of Midnight? And I was like,
Hmm.
oh, okay. So each book,
Wow.
thankfully, I've been able to kind of tie in the name of the book, and it usually closer to the end of the book is when you kind of go, oh, I see why she named it that.
Yeah. I love that. And I was like, when I got into like writing my stories, I wasn't like one of those people that had like a dream to like be published like by people called the big two, like Marvel and DC and stuff. And like I didn't want to do like a traditional publisher because one, I don't trust people, if I'm being honest.
Yeah,
I
it's
was like, I
true.
don't trust people.
And
I'm
for
like, so
good
I'm
reason.
very iffy. And so that's why I went down and like started my own publishing company and like learned the logistics. I'm the creative and I'm also the business person. So I'm like, I'm going back. My brain goes back and forth between
You're playing
between
both
like
roles. That's awesome
yeah.
and
It's like
stressful.
and it's most definitely stressful. I was like, but I was like, but I love it though, because I'm not only being a creative, I also can help somebody else being that's also creative. I'm like, I can teach you both sides. I'm like, this is the creative side of things, but you also have to think of the business side of things.
Yes. Oh my
So I
gosh.
was like, you have to be very careful before you do this. I'm like, you have to be careful before you do that. I was like, so that's why sometimes it's kind of hard. With one of my authors, he's trying to go so fast at things, and like with this book
Oh.
coming out, I'm not going to name him because I'm
Oh
not
no,
trying to
it's
bash
okay.
anybody.
We're not trying to
Like he's
bust
a
him out.
like he's one of my he's legit one of my best friends. Like he messaged me talking about that he wants to get his book in like into stores, and so like he was like trying to email like Barnes and Noble and stuff. I was like, buddy, one, I'm pretty sure they're not going to respond to you. Two, there's a business rate to do that. It's just going to take a minute because there's a certain deal I have to get in place to be able to get your books in
Yes.
stores. So work with me until I can get that process going.
Right. It's a long, drawn out. I guess
Oh, like,
Ooh,
I know you're excited, but right now let's just stick to the what we're doing right now because you have to build your name up before you can get into stores because you have to get recognized somehow. So you have to push it out, but you can't just go into stores as soon as you're published because
yeah.
they don't know you yet. I'm like they have to get to know you, dude. Like, come on, dude. I've been doing this for the past 4 years now, and I know I have to learn all of this. And I'm like, I get you excited. I was that way, but we have to take it brick by brick by brick.
hmm
And plus, I'm like, but buddy, I got you. Do not worry.
Yeah, he just needs to let you handle it. There you go.
Yeah,
It's like I got this, bro.
but I was like, but he's a good dude. Like he was actually he told me that I was his inspiration for getting back into writing,
Oh, that's
and
awesome.
I'm like, what the hell did I do?
Good.
Because
Just
I feel
messed
like
up.
I haven't done anything yet. And he says that he been watching like my content and like everything I be doing. And he's like, dude, the way you, he said the way you power through things and how you continue to keep pushing, even with like the mental health you deal with, you continue to go because he sees my books, he sees my merchandise, he sees my other things I'm doing, my other companies outside of publishing. And he picked up his first book that his dad didn't finish before he passed, and he
Oh
said
wow.
that it was because of me that he was able to pick it back up and finish it, and he asked me to publish it for him.
Oh, that's
Like,
awesome. Oh
I was
my
like,
god.
bro, I wasn't prepared to cry today. Like, good
Yeah.
lord, man.
Yeah.
Like,
It's like, how
bro,
dare you?
it's like you bastard. How dare? But yes, I'll hold
Yeah.
the book, but you bastard.
Yeah. What are you doing to me?
Oh my god. But back to your book series. How do you like keep your world building organized across this 5 book series that you've been doing?
Organized. I don't like
Right.
it's organized chaos is what it is. I have
It's
to
still organized. It's just
yeah,
it's
that's true. I guess it's organized in a very strange way, I guess. I had to write
even better.
everything. Yes, there you go. See, it works for me. That's all that matters because I love
Exactly.
writing.
Exactly.
But it's hard because like I know this sounds kind of stupid, but when you write something you wrote it, so but you're
Mhm.
gonna forget because I'm working on the fifth book,
Oh,
like, and I'll
yeah.
kind of go back and be like, oh my god, what did I say in the first book about this and how
Oh
that
my
was
god.
supposed.
Yes.
So there's a lot of
Oh.
going back and rereading, or like I was talking
Uh,
about how it was kind of weird. I wrote a lot of my big points, things that I knew that I was probably gonna have to remember for a storyline, and I keep a
yeah.
little sheet in a document. And I named it writing help so that whenever I'm like stuck somewhere, I'm
I
like, what
love
did I
that.
say about that character again? I kind of go back and skim through it. So
Ah,
it's several pages of just broken out stuff that I'm like, I have to remember this
mhm,
about the vampire world. I have to remember this
mhm.
about this and this. So, but and there's still sometimes I'm like, I just have to go back and read that chapter in my first book because I can't remember. So it's
That's
kind of like,
yeah. Oh
yeah,
my,
it's
that's
organized, but it's a little messy.
yep. I know that too because that's legit me when I'm writing multiple issues at once, and I'm
Oh
just
God,
like,
you do
wait a minute.
multiple.
I'm just like, wait a minute. What did I just do for a second? I
Hmm
like mid writing. I was like, wait, where did I come from? How did I get here? I have to go back and reread the scripts and like I'm like, oh, that's how that's connect. That's how. Okay.
Yes, I'll even forget the last name of some of my characters. I'm like, oh, what was their last name? Holy crap! I have to go back and look at my little character list. Like, phew, I wrote that. I should remember.
Oh my god! But yeah, it's like it just getting out my brain. It legit gets out my brain. I see this on
Hmm
paper, then I
That is
completely
it.
forget
That's
about it.
very
I was like,
true.
it completely forget about it. I was like, wait a minute, does this make sense for this character's arc? Because based on personality, based on what they're going through, like what did I send them through this entire chaos? How did they get
Yeah,
here?
what was the point of this again? Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's why they got here. Okay, that makes more
Oh,
sense now. I'm like, even though I'm
glad I'm not
writing it,
alone in
but
that.
oh,
Yes.
you're definitely not alone. Oh my God, no. I was like, I literally have to, but before I send like my scripts to my artist to do the art, I was like, wait a minute, before you before you do that to me,
Hold on.
I need to make sure I actually made sense of what I've just wrote.
Oh my
And
God,
then I have
yeah.
to check for typos, so the artists don't write the typo I wrote in the
Oh
script.
yeah,
I was like, oh
typos are
shit,
fun. Ugh.
oh God, it's so annoying. Oh my God.
I know it's
Um,
stressful too. I swear. Ugh.
I was like, okay, I want to get to like a fun question now, so get off some work for a bit.
Oh, okay.
If like Hollywood like calls tomorrow, who's like your dream cast for your book?
Oh wow. It's funny that I wish I had it right in front of me. I did a Dreamcast. Actually, I think it was last year sometime.
Oh wow.
And I don't have it in front of me, but I remember the main character who I changed my mind. I think I went Kaylee Spaney from the Alien, the most recent Alien movie that came out.
Alien Romulus.
Yeah, I think it was Romulus. It was the
Yeah.
main character, the
Alien
main
Romulus.
actress.
Yep.
She looked it. Well, it's funny because when that movie came out, I was like, she looks like the main character on my book. Like her face does. Like she's got kind of the same nose and the
Really?
same lip. Like her face just. I was like, oh my god, she would make a perfect Autumn. And then as far
Heck
as
yeah.
I don't. It's kind of like trying to think of that Sarah J. Akatar, A Quarter of Rose and Thorns. I think that's what it's called. I've read it,
Okay.
but everybody
I
fan
think I've heard
cast.
of it. I don't think I've read it. I think I've
It's like
heard
a
of it though.
romance fantasy.
Yeah.
It it's one of those where everybody was fan casting, but nobody could pick somebody for the male lead because he's supposed to be so handsome and so this. So people were AI generating the
Oh
character. It
God.
was just like they couldn't. So I guess that's how I feel about my main male lead. I can't think of
Ah.
anybody that could do him justice. So I actually thought
That's how
about.
you know you wrote a really good story
I guess
when
that's
you
true.
can't even think of who you could cast as your particular character.
Now,
That
if
is
I could
interesting.
do an animation, like kind of like Castlevania, I would
Oh yeah.
prefer. I think my books would do way better as a series and an animation as opposed to a live action, just because with all the craziness that
Yeah.
goes on with
Yeah.
the
And it probably budget wise, it probably better as animation too. Uh,
Agreed. Yeah, and I know some amazing, or I don't know some amazing voice actors, but I know of a lot of voice actors. So I would be able to pick from a voice easier than I could somebody's face and trying to go, oh, that person
yeah.
doesn't quite fit so and so, but they act just like them, or they have this. So I think as an author slash trying to work and direct
Oh
something,
yeah.
I would be like, yeah,
Oh
let's go
God.
with the animation style.
Oh yeah. I did like a voice acting thing a couple years ago for a horror movie.
Oh, that's
Um,
awesome.
and I really loved it. And I think about getting to more voice acting down the road, like get my voice trained.
Hmm.
And I've always tell people it's like I don't want to be an actor, but if I ever got into acting, I want to be a creature actor, so I don't have to say any type of lines. I can just scare people.
Yeah, I
I
could just.
just and like a normal person, when they see like alien, they be like like scared, like what the hell is that? My brain goes, how do they pee in that?
Yeah, right. I was like, oh my god, how long did he have to stay in that
How
suit? That poor guy. What were
like
lunch
how
breaks like?
I'm like, I know. I'm like, I'm not normal. I'm like, I know this costume was scary as hell, but how do they breathe? How do they move in
Yeah.
it? How do they freaking pee in the shit thing?
Yeah, it's like, are there
Like
two
that's how
people in
my
that
brain
suit? Like,
goes.
yeah.
And like, not to somebody looked at me crazy. It's like, dude, that's what you're thinking about. It's like, I'm curious. How the
Like,
crap do
I'm
they
just,
pee in it? Because I'm like, is
yeah,
there a
it's a legit
hole right
question.
there?
Like,
Like they
yeah.
can. I was like, especially if it's a man. Like, is there a hole they can like just
Yeah, do
casually
they
go
have
to
to
the bathroom,
completely
or do they have to take it off?
cost
And
you?
like, how
Yeah, do
long
they
what
have
does
to
that
take
take?
everything out?
And I'm like, I'm a big like Doug Jones fan, and I love his performances, like from Fallen Skies to when he did Hellboy and like so many
Oh, yeah.
um,
Okay.
other movies he's done. He's done so much I can't name all of them, but
Oh,
that's kind of
yeah,
like how
God.
my brain goes. And I was like, and for some odd reason at home, I tend to scare my sister just by simply walking. And I was like, girl, how the crap did I freaking terrify you when I'm just simply walking down a
Did you
hallway?
forget that I was here? Yeah.
And she's like, I can't hear your feet. I'm just like, well,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I was like, I'm sorry. And that's, I
It's like
guess
I'm
I'm a
very
scary
quiet.
ninja or
Yeah,
something.
I'm like a cat. I'm a ninja now.
And she used to be a scare actor when she was in college. As I'm saying, I practically get it from you because you're the first scare actor of the family. So I
Yeah,
basically learned
right.
from
It's like
you.
hello.
So
It's
I
like
was
where did I
like,
get it from?
right. And I was like, but someday I'm like, if I ever get into like a scare acting uh position, I was like, I would freaking have a blast with that. I was like, I would make sure I pay attention because I know some people can't get scared. There's like medical conditions and
Hmm.
everything. I was like, but not, luckily, I know I can switch sides very quickly. I'm like, so I know I'm like, but I'm like, I'm just simply walking, getting some water. How the crap did I make you jump? Just wow. Um,
He scares easily.
uh, yeah. But off. I'm like, that was a little bit of tangent. That's literally how my show
Okay.
goes. We have a tangent.
That's
This is
okay.
why I don't follow any type of script. This is how we are. Let's have some fun. Um, I want to get into your cosplay now. I'm like, let's take a break
Oh,
from the
okay.
book for a minute. Lori Croft, I've seen your post. First of all, wow. Uh, second of all, how did you get into cosplay? From like, did you start cosplaying first before you became an author, or was it like at the
Uh,
same time?
I started cosplaying, I guess it was technically 2008, but I made my first costume in high school. I was actually Lara Croft. It was a very bad,
Oh my
horrible.
god!
It was just a tank top, and nothing looked just like the game. Nothing, everything. I think I went to Target one day and just, oh, this top or this, these shorts, and um, I had like a clip-in hair. My hair was short back then. I had a clip-in hair ponytail. It was, and I think I made the holsters out of, I can't remember. It was really crappy, but I made the belt out of cardboard and wrapped it in aluminum foil and painted. Oh my god, it was so bad.
Wow!
But
Talk
that's
about
how
being
you
creative.
start. That's how you start. So my
Oh
first
yeah.
convention was 2008, and I had updated my Lara Croft since then, and I had done several other
Nice.
characters where it was just kind of like I would buy things off of eBay that would look like, oh, that might kind of look like that character, and then I would alter it or dye it or cut it up or whatever I needed to do to make it look more like the character.
Heck
So
yeah.
it was
My
just
god.
kind of the same thing with writing. Just get in there and just start trying stuff. And I've learned a lot over the years. I've cut back a lot on cosplay as far as going to cons. My husband and I
Mm,
don't really go to conventions as much as we used to. I guess we're just getting older, and then adulting gets in the way, and things are so expensive now. But I
yeah.
still have my core cosplay. I used to have a whole closet full of cosplays, and
And it
it's
takes a lot
down.
of energy too.
It
So
does. It's a lot of energy and time and money, and a lot, you
mm,
don't always have all that. So I think we both,
yeah.
especially when we first got married 2 years ago, we both kind of went through our closets and sold a whole lot of costumes that we either wore once or
Wow.
we didn't love anymore or didn't fit. We both, we were like, well, let's just kind of,
Wow.
so I've kind of got like this little part in my spare bedroom where I am now in the closet that's about this much of my cosplays, but they're my favorite,
Wow.
and don't see myself getting rid of those. Then I have a few that I use for children hospital visits, like Wonder Woman and Princess Jasmine, and
Oh my
I'll keep those
god.
forever. So
That is beautiful with the, especially with the children. I love that. And that's also something I want to get into too. It's like I there are like times I'll be on YouTube seeing like randomly celebrity dress up like as their characters from a movie they've done, where it's that
yes, oh
their
my god,
child's favorite character, so that the celebrity comes and play like for example Johnny Depp comes as Jack Sparrow,
Johnny,
one of my
yes, oh
favorite
my god,
seeing a child because that's one of his like his or her favorite characters. I'm like, I want to do that. Like that's why I got into creating my comics because I want to grow big enough where I get everyone reading from kids to young adults to adults. Like get people bring their imagination, like explore their imagination, get off media for a while.
yeah,
Like,
right,
let's
get
get
out
back to
the
reading,
control.
guys.
Yeah,
Like
thank
have
you.
some
Ugh.
fun. And I'm like, I don't care if you don't like it. At least you read it. I don't care.
Yeah, at least you
Thank you for
tried. Yeah,
giving me a
gave it a chance.
chance.
Thank you. Yeah,
So
thank you for
thank you for
giving
giving
it
it
a
a
chance.
chance.
That's it.
And I was
Yeah.
like, I just want people to have some fun. I was like, can we just get back to just being humans and just having a good time and just having
Yeah,
some
right.
fun, having some originality and I legit said, I was like, I got tired of Hollywood because they don't doing this rehashing, like they just re-warming up the same noodles every 5 minutes
Yeah,
and
that's a good way to put
just
it. Yeah, there's nothing
and
original much out there
and
anymore.
and that's why I'm like, when Obsession and Backrooms came out, they making box
Oh,
office. I'm just like, Hollywood, look right there,
Yeah, look
originality
what
right
we
there. Look
yeah.
at Sinners, box office hits. They're original, they're new. I was like, listen to what you. I'm like, dude, y'all don't. I'm like, I, I said this all the time. Hollywood is so filled with old farts that keep going with outdated policies,
Yes.
and they're just too. They don't have the balls to freaking take a risk. I was like, y'all think too much about, but I'm like, first of all, it doesn't take $100 million to make a freaking movie. First of all,
Yeah,
that's your
right.
problem right there. I'm like, that's your freaking problem right there. You're trying to get all these A-list people. I'm like, you can
Yeah.
make a freaking like look at Obsession. They're like what 100, $450,000 or something,
Oh
and
my
got like
god.
$400 million back. I'm like, small
Yeah.
or 200,000 budget. I'm like, I don't know, but it was a small budget,
Yeah, it
and I was
was
like, and then I found out that director's my age. I was like, wait a minute, what the crap? I was like, whoa. And then the guy who did Backrooms is 20 years old, 6 years younger than me. I was like, wait a minute.
Oh my god, I didn't
What?
realize he was 20 years old. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
the guy who did
I was
Backrooms
wasting
is,
time when I was 20. I should have been making movies.
and they're both box office hits. And I was like,
Mhm.
I'm like, the audience is telling you what we want. We want something original. We want something new. Like someday I want to be one of those directors and writers. I'm like, I'm not going to be an actor unless I'm a creature actor. That's a whole different story.
Oh yeah.
Or I even voice act. I'm like, I'll happily do like a Disney Pixar animation. I'll do that, of course. But I want to get my voice trained more to like so I can maneuver my voice around. I was like, but it's not that hard if you just get your heads out of your arses and take some risk
Thank you. Yes, just
and
do
do
it. Just
something
take the risk.
original. And I was like, get out of this outdated policy. And
Mhm.
also, we need to get. I'm like, I call them old farts for a reason because you look around, all the executives are old as hell.
Yeah.
And I was like, and they're running the business to the ground. And I was like, this is freaking annoying. I'm like, why? And I got to the point. I was like, why do am I writing on stories to tell when I can tell them myself?
I know. Oh, yes, that's so true. That's the good part about
Yeah,
being a writer. You can make up your own, like, just
exactly.
that's kind of like my
Like,
thing too about like writing is you get to help people like okay, so when you write, I'm sure the same way. For me, it's like reality escaping, and then when I hand it to
mhm,
somebody to read, I hope it helps you escape reality for a little while. Like it's just kind
exactly.
of it's
That's literally how
it's
I am because writing is literally my therapy. And
same.
I was
It's
like,
cathartic.
like especially like dealing with like mental health stuff. I'm like, I get into
Mm.
writing, like get that dark. That's why I write a lot of horror because I get the dark out of my
That is so
mind.
true.
And but I'm trying to transition. I'm not trying. I am. I'm transitioning like to challenge my writing to get into like more fantasies and like dramas. Well, I already write fantasy because I write fantasy horror. But I want to like write some comedies, like write some real life like not real life shows, but like drama shows like Virgin River on Netflix, or like those young adult drama shows on Prime Video that I'm watching for some odd reason because I'm attracted to them. Like it gives because it inspires me to do something different,
Exactly.
and I feel like that's why I wanted to. That's why I got into writing because I want someone to also feel that same feeling. Like I want to do
Right.
something different with my life. As I, that's why with every character I create, I try to make them relatable some way, some fashion. I was like, it's okay to go through what this character's going through if you, but don't go this route that this character because they're going a deeper
Yeah.
hole.
It's kind of like a
But if you
lesson
go
kind of.
this route, this character, you see how they're progressing, you're going to be just fine. And so when I'm writing, I put like a mental health message in there, but make it also entertaining. But if you actually dig deeper and
Yes.
critically think of what I'm saying in the in the story, I'm like that's what I always want to look out for. What my readers want. What I want my readers to see. I was like, well, man, don't just see what the character's doing, but actually think about what they're doing and
Yeah, like
listen, read the lines, read certain points of the Jesus Christ,
their
the
dialogue and
dialogue.
stuff.
Thank you,
Yeah.
thank you. It's like it's like break down their dialogue of what they're saying because there's a hidden message to you if you actually relate to this on purpose. And that's why I'm learning more and more about entertainment. Like I want to get into animations. I want to
Yeah.
get into potential live actions. I was like my first comic is Arcfire is like right here. That's a painting of it. I was like,
Mhm.
that's not going to work as a live action because it's more of a manga style.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, that's better as an animation. But but I hear my characters' voices in my head, and the way I learn how to write them is like let your characters tell their own story.
Yeah, and it's
And
so
I was like,
crazy.
and I actually, I legit have a one-on-one conversation with myself, asking my character, I was like, what do you want to do? And then next thing I know, I'm writing a script, or like I'm writing an out loud story. I was like, and then next, why? And then then that's how I kind of figure out from there. And then I'm like, what's next? So it's like, then that, and I also learned growing up on Pixar, I learned how they did their stories. Like they asked, what if? Like, what if toys can talk? Toy Story was born. What if cars had their own life? Cars was born. And so many of the stories they've done, I was like, okay, like, what if a young, like, what if this mythical creature person character has no memory of who they are, or what power they possessed in their body? Arcfire was born.
Oh, that's awesome. That's so creative. It's like, let me just start asking myself questions and I'll come up with some more books.
Exactly. That's literally how I get into my process of how to tell my stories or why I want to tell that story. And so, like, how is your process with when you're writing your stories? Like, how do you get into like the mindset of where you want to go?
Oh my gosh. Well, music kind of really helps me write. And
Hmm.
mostly music without words. I can't write anything with words, or I start just hearing the words and that's all I
Ah,
hear. So like a lot of
hmm,
instrumentals.
hmm,
I will listen to an album or a specific song on repeat when I'm writing. Like, okay, for example, well, now it's my second book, but it was my first book. There's a fight scene. And I was having trouble with it because it was very dynamic and there was magic and movement involved, a
hmm,
whole lot of movement involved. And so I had discovered a band called Hybrid on YouTube, and they're mostly instrumental. So it's almost like movie style music, sort of.
hmm.
Um, and I was like, oh, I'm going to listen to this one song because I remember when I had listened to it, I was like, this would be a good song to like a
So like it's
fight.
like a score, like a music
Almost,
score.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so I put that song on repeat when I wrote the fight scene. There's multiple in this one, but there was one specific that I used for that song, and it helped me. I could, however the song was going, I could kind of see what was going on in my head, and I would write it out. And I started doing that, and it's helped me a lot with things if I get stuck. And I'm like, I just need to listen to a song that kind of reminds me of the
Hmm.
scene or sets the mood. And it really, I've done that on I've even done it with a lot of dialogue. Like sometimes there was some dialogue in the third book that I was having trouble kind of just, I was like, this isn't feeling right. This isn't feeling right. And I don't know why. And so I put on a kind of I don't know. God, I wish I could just think of all the names of the songs I used, but it was, I think it was another Hybrid song, and I put it on and it helped me get into the mood and helped me get into my characters' heads a little bit more because the sound and the music was almost put me in that scene like a movie. And it was almost like I could just start typing and the words were just coming. And so like music really helps me kind of get there for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah, that's kind of how sometimes that's I do that myself, but a lot of times the music annoys me.
Yeah, like it depends on,
Uh,
yes, it could.
and so I kind of got to like a point having a movie in my background on my TV while I'm writing on my laptop. I'm like a lot of it is a horror movie, of course, 'cause that's me. But sometimes I have like the Halloween movie in my background, and sometimes I block it out. I block out the dialogue because if I hear the dialogue,
Okay.
I'll end up writing that into my script
Yeah,
without
you,
time.
yep.
And so I try to block it out, and I hear the Halloween theme, the beat to it. I'm like, and I was like, oh, okay, how can? And then I started. I'm like, oh, this is about to be a gory scene. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Just saying. Yeah.
Yeah, and then there sounds like I have like the Friday the 13th movie in my background too, but I listen to the beat of the
Hmm.
so I'm like, okay, this is the music I can listen to, but a full-fledged album like song, it kind of annoys me, but it takes me off my track, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And
Mm.
then and it's like, so it's like, I mean, I think there's times like there are moments I listen like some instrumental music,
Hmm.
but a lot of them are it's I have a playlist like it's a mixture of everything from Disney to random metal music to gospel to
Hey, you need a
country.
little everything. Yeah, to country.
Yeah, so I was like, okay, what the hell am I writing at the moment? Because this is a weird playlist. But
Yeah.
but then again, I try to go like to one playlist. I have to, like if I'm like in like a giddy mood, like I listen like Lord of the Rings, the score of Lord of the Rings. and like getting, I'm like, oh, I'm like, this is not a horror story. This is a fantasy like
It's an
that,
epic fantasy,
yeah,
yeah.
like an epic fantasy because I have elves, I have dragons, I have
Yeah.
other type of creatures that I create outside of my head that I can't really
Mhm.
name because I'm still trying to figure out their official name.
I'm still working on that part, yeah.
But they are a mixture of different things that exist, but they're just mashed up into my own crazy world. And then
The
and like
life of a writer.
literally
Yeah.
and like and sometimes I even look at the screen instead of like a certain design I like. I text my artist. I'm like, here's a reference of what I'm thinking of this character,
Mhm.
but this is not the only one because I want to mix with this character. But
Yes.
certain details I want this, so it'd be my own thing. And my artist is like, dude, your mind is crazy terrifying.
No, it's like, leave me alone. Let me be myself. Let me live my life.
No, even though they tell me that, but they said that, but legit, my artist said they have the most fun to throwing my stories because they have not been this challenged before.
Ah,
And
see?
I was like, really? I was like, what the hell? I'm a new guy on the block. You haven't been like, what the heck?
Whatever you say, man. All right.
and and so it's like when they read like my script of a story, they're like, dude, this is like the best thing they've read, better than the mainstream. I'm just like, wait a minute. I'm like, don't put
It's
that
like,
pressure on me. Do
yes.
not
Yeah.
put that pressure on me. No. And they
Have fun.
asked me, are you going to publish this? I'm like, yes, I have my own publishing company. And they say, this is like the best. This is better than Walking Dead and like anything they read mainstream. It's like, don't put that pressure on me, but thank you.
I was like, I'll take that. I need all that good, yeah, you
I
know,
was
that
like,
good
thank you,
energy.
but don't put that pressure on the brother.
Oh,
I'm still going to block. It's like, sweet Jesus. Uh, but and so like I'm actually in like transition to like making my own plushie characters, like turning my characters into plushies and learning that process. I was like, this is actually becoming more and more real, and I'm not dreaming right now. I'm actually doing this. And
yes.
I was recent on another podcast, on my friend's podcast. He asked me like advice that I would give to anybody. And I would say don't follow the trend. They say follow your dreams. Because I
Yes.
said because if you follow your dreams, you'll get complacent. And it's
Yes.
like because the way I was raised, I was always taught it was like don't say the word try because you keep saying I will try, you're not going to do it. You're just going to procrastinate. I mean,
Yeah.
your brain procrastinating. And so I was always say I'm gonna do it because that's how you're training your brain. You're like you're gonna do this. You're gonna do this. So it's like your brain reminding you of what you're gonna do this. You remember this. You're gonna do this.
Yes. Yoda
And
said it
so
best. Don't
yeah,
try, do.
exactly, exactly, yeah. And I'm like I've always learned like find out your purpose and then work and build brick by brick to achieve that purpose. I'm like don't just follow the dream, but actually make it a reality if you're actually determined to do it.
Right.
Because you can follow forever, but you will never get there if you don't take the first step.
Exactly.
That's why I don't like the uh, line "follow your dream." I was like, don't follow it, freaking do it.
Do it. Just go out there. Be the
like,
dream.
be the thank you, yes, be the
yes.
dream. Don't just follow it because you can follow all day long.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But the
Oh, my
more you
God.
follow, the more you're gonna become complacent. The more you're gonna become a procrastinator. And that's why I was like, and people always ask, like I said at the beginning, people are, do you sleep? I'm like, yes, I do. I just I have a better balance now. But
there you go. Yeah.
because I have a dream, I'm going to bring my dream to life. That's why you see me making so many posts a day. I'm doing this. This is coming soon. This is coming soon because I have goals. I have goals, and I'm going to meet them. Like I'm not, nothing's going to stop me. I don't care if I have to freaking put a loan out. I will freaking do it. I'll pay back that loan to
Yeah.
make sure my dream comes to life.
That's awesome.
And I'm like, I legit come from a family of business. So the word quit is not in my vocabulary, or the word never is not in my vocabulary. It's just in my blood. That's why you guys, like, people see me with multiple businesses and like ask me, I'm like, dude, how do you freaking have, like, you just posted this like 5 minutes ago. I was like, how do you have time for this? I was like, I just do. If you can see my laptop, you will see how.
Yeah, it's like it's all chaos, but it's organized, like we said earlier.
It's organized chaos. I'm like, I'm learning brick by brick. I'm like, I'm not trying to rush the thing. I got time.
Yeah,
I was
don't
like, I'm
rush
not
it.
trying to be like the next Bezos. I'm like, I'm like, I'm not trying to like the next Jay-Z or the next Stephen King. I'm like, I'm just want to be the first me. I'm
Yeah,
like,
do
I'm
what
just
everything
being
that I
me.
can do. Yeah.
Exactly. And people, I'm like, if someone ever told me that they want to be like me when I grow up, I was like, I don't want you to be like me. Just be you.
Yeah, do what you gotta do. Yeah.
I'm like, because your journey is different from mine, and mine is different from yours. And I'm like, I can't tell you what to do to get here because every route is different for everybody.
That's so
And
true, and it keeps
and
people from like trying to expect too much, and you have to be like, no,
yeah,
you can't compare your journey with so and so, because it's just going to
exactly.
happen differently for you, and that's okay. It's okay.
Exactly. I'm like, for you, you might have to, I don't know, go to the military. I didn't. That wasn't my journey. That was yours. I was
Right?
like,
Yeah.
for you, you may have to start out writing comics. I started writing novels first before I got into comics. So
See, yeah,
uh,
and some people are the other way around, so it just depends. Yeah.
exactly. I'm like, heck, if you have to, I'm like, you might have to go to school for animation. I go to school for business. I'm like, I legit have a degree in human services because I have the social work background because I want to help
Mm.
people. And then I'm in my master's degree, 4 classes left for my business administration.
Woof,
Wow.
you got this. Oh my God.
Yeah, it's a hassle. I was like, but this is my journey and I'm proud of it. And I wouldn't be the man I am today if I didn't go this route.
Exactly.
And I'm like, I'm also a podcaster for some odd reason. And people want to talk to me, of course.
How am I doing this too? You're like me, I just like to do a little bit of everything. It's just I don't know
Yeah,
why. It's just
yeah.
it's fun.
And I'm blabbering too much though. I want to get back to you.
Oh no. Well, then I blabber too much.
Do you have like a favorite character that you portrayed like in your cosplay? And was there a cosplay that influenced your writing and storytelling?
And what was the second part of that? I think my connection cut out. You said what was my
Oh,
favorite character?
yeah, your favorite character you portrayed, and was there like a cosplay that influenced your writing and storytelling?
Oh, okay. So of course my favorite is Lara Croft. She's always been my favorite. But I do a variety of different, well, I haven't lately, but I used to do a variety of different ones. But for some reason, Lara Croft, I mean, I started playing the games when I was in like middle school. So I think that's kind of
Heck
stuck with
yeah.
me for a long time. But and then as far as if a costume helped in my writing. I know my Celine. I did Celine from Underworld for several years. I think I still, yeah, I still have
Oh, I
Celine.
love
I had to think for a
Underworld.
second. I
Yes.
love, oh man.
Oh my
So,
god.
of course, that, obviously I write vampires and demons and
Yeah.
shapeshifters. So, that definitely,
Heck yeah. Let's
especially,
go.
oh yeah, I love Underworld. Oh my God. So that when I cosplayed that character, I just kind of felt like this kind of belongs in my series, like the vibe, and the gothic dark, kind of stuff. I was like, oh
Oh my
man, if
god.
only I had written Underworld too, I could combine the
Ah,
worlds.
that would be fantastic. Oh my god. And when you do like these charities in like children's hospitals, can you share like a memorable experience from one of those visits?
Oh wow. There was one I went to Le Bonheur, and what they do, they bring the kids down, and some of them are in like small hospital beds because they have to have oxygen. They have to, so they
Oh,
come down with a lot of like wires and stuff. But
oh,
they prepare you. They just tell you, just act like it's normal. There's certain things you have, can and can't say, of course. But there
yeah.
was a little girl that came down, and she had like this little walker, but she was dressed like Princess Jasmine, and I was Princess Jasmine that day, and she literally thought that I was Princess Jasmine. She was like, "Oh my God, did you come on the magic carpet?" Like, I mean, and she knew all this stuff about Aladdin that I'd forgot about. I was like, "Oh, I need to rewatch that cartoon. Oh my gosh!"
Oh,
And she
yes.
was like, "How was Raja and stuff?" And then we took a photo together in our costumes, and she just the way, like when we were partying, she was getting ready to go back upstairs. The way she looked at me, I've never like I remember being a kid and when I went to Disney and when I saw the characters, I thought they were really them. And I imagine that's how that's the way she was looking at me. And I will never forget that. Like, that's really what makes it for me is the little kids
Mm.
just literally going, "Oh my God, you're actually Wonder Woman," or "Oh my gosh, how is
Yeah.
Superman?" Like they ask you all these questions that you're not prepared to answer. Like, "Hey, did you fly in from on a magic carpet? Like, where's Aladdin today? What's he doing?" Like, oh my gosh, you have to think off your top of your head and
Um,
keeps you on your toes. But but it's really it's endearing, and it's
uh,
definitely you feel like you're actually doing like you. I feel like I'm like, oh, I did something right with my life. Yeah.
oh yeah,
So
that's
it's
I
definitely
definitely
awesome.
plan on doing that when I can. And like I want like when people ask me, did you get into this like to get like well known, like be famous? It's like, no, I don't care about being famous.
No,
I'm
yeah.
like, I'm like, being known, like being known as a writer, yeah, like being known as a creative, yeah, but I don't care about being famous because famous, like, regardless of, I don't care how big
Yeah.
I'll get or I get someday, that won't change who I am.
All
Like, I'm
right.
still
And
gonna
it
be the
shouldn't.
introverted. I'm still gonna be the introverted little kid at heart,
Yeah, I'm still
young
gonna be the nerd.
podcaster,
Yeah.
nerd.
I'll take the money over the fame. I don't want the
I was
fame.
like,
Yeah, I wouldn't want
I'm like,
that.
this is like, I didn't even get this into this like to get money. I was like, I'm like, yes, I want money so I can pay other people. Like, I want to bring jobs to people.
Yeah, right.
And I was like, I didn't start my own company like to be like a millionaire, or like a billionaire. I'm like, that's why a lot of businesses kind of fail to me, fail in my opinion, like because they got into this for the wrong reasons.
Right, yeah.
And
And
they
it
want to like
shows.
make all this money and all this stuff. I'm just like, I'm here because I want to help people. It's like, cool, I get money, I can pay my bills and move on.
Yeah,
Like,
there you
that's
go. I
really
can
how I
pay my
am.
that's the yeah, poor part. I need to pay my bills and then
Yeah.
then I'm
I
okay.
was like, I legit tell, I was like, no, I'm like, if I, I'm like, I don't say if, but when someday something pops off with my stories, like with my company, you will not know that I actually make what people say bank. It's
Yeah,
like you would
yeah.
not know because I would be legit. This I would be Adam Sandler wearing casual clothes, some random
Yeah.
sweats, some random jeans,
I'll be in my
like
PJs all the
a
time, no
PJs all
makeup.
day.
Yeah. I'm like, look, unless I'm going out, I'm gonna go to
I'm
Taco
like,
Bell. Like
I'm like, I'm like, even if people like recognize me in person, I will politely say hey to you and take a picture if you recognize me in person. But just know, keep in mind, I will be wearing regular shorts, a random shirt, and a hat.
nothing wrong with that at all. Comfy is the
So
best.
I was like, I'm legit going to be Adam Sandler as I continue to grow in this industry. And I'm like, I don't care. I'm like, I'm not writing to get an Oscar or like Emmy or like, if I get awards, cool. It's like, cool. Thank you so much. I'm like, you want to know the next story I'm doing? That's like,
Yeah, what else am I doing? Let me tell you what I'm doing today.
yeah, literally. I was like, thank you guys for this
The
award and
next on my
stuff. I
list.
was like, would you like to know the thing I'm doing next?
Mm,
And so, and like learning stuff about and these organizations you do with these beautiful children, like, oh, God bless their beautiful hearts. I was like, that's the reward for me, is bringing those kids basically life and like bringing their favorite character to life. I was like, as a Disney kid, Nickelodeon kid, I would happily, I don't care if it's hot outside, I would dress up as Woody, Buzz, Aladdin. I don't care. I would make that kid's day somehow.
yes. It's
I was like,
worth
I don't
it.
care if I have a headache. If that kid asks for me, I would make a way to get there. And like, and one of my other inspirations, like, I'm a big wrestling fan. I grew up on John Cena,
Yeah.
uh, and his Make a Wish stuff where he does, and learning. So he doesn't care how busy he gets. He makes a way to that kid that asks for him. I was like,
That's
that's the
awesome.
mindset I have. Like, that's the mindset I have right there. I was like, I don't care if I'm in a meeting. I will happily walk out of a meeting to go meet a child that asks for
Yeah.
me, especially if
So
that's their
here I
last
come.
wish.
Oh, I know, right? Oh my
I
God.
was like, that, I'm like, oh, I'm like, you didn't have to tell me that. I was gonna
Yeah,
go
don't tell me that.
anyway,
Yeah,
but
don't tell me.
damn it, this is more sentimental now. But just bringing smiles to people is always my go-to. And people ask me, how do you do what you do? I was like, because people smile. Seeing people smile is what keeps me going. I mean, even if I'm like having like a bad mental day, getting a regular message from somebody telling me that I inspired them somehow keeps me going because it shows me that
Agreed.
I'm doing something right.
It really does. That's like
And
it.
then even starting with this podcast, getting feedback from guests telling me how they felt about it and how they felt comfortable and just having fun keeps me going. I was like, okay, I'm doing something right somewhere. I'm going to continue
Yes.
doing that.
Yeah, keep up with the momentum. It's like, yes.
Exactly, exactly. And I want how I also why do you think imagination and storytelling are like really important to kids these days?
My gosh, I think, man, because I've been doing this. I was writing short stories like in elementary school, and like I've been doing this forever, and I don't know what else I would do if I didn't have an imagination to do something. Like
Hmm.
I don't I think it's really important because it really helps you to kind of find yourself too, as you know, especially even when you get older too, you're finding out more about yourself and
Mm.
um, being able to have an outlet to put your stuff on or a
Oh,
medium to do
oh yeah.
something on or like I
Oh,
don't I'm not going to call anybody out, but I know somebody who doesn't have any kind of outlet like that. They just
mm.
work and that's it. Like there's no, and I'm like, I could not live like that. And you know, everybody's different. So it might just not be something that's in their blood, but I
Mm.
just have to always have that escape. And I think
Oh
that might
yeah.
be what it
Oh
is
yeah.
for creativity is an escape, you know, no matter
Mm.
what age you are. And even if your life is great and amazing, you're still going to want a little piece for yourself. And I
Oh
feel like
yeah.
that's how I feel what art and creativity and imagination is. It's your own little piece of self that you can create and you get to explain and you get to make up the rules for. And I think that means like that's really something I think everybody should have.
Mm. Yeah, because that's literally I agree with that. Because that's because imagination is important because you have no imagination, I feel like you're just dead inside, if I'm being
Yeah, that's kind
and
of it does seem like that because it's
like
kind of like, okay, what do you
I'm like
think about? Like, what makes you happy? What do you,
yeah, and
you
I say
know?
that because I was that person for a while. It's like I was that
Really?
person. Yeah, I was that person. I was not this giddy person all the time. I grew up with a lot of anger issues, but that's a whole other different story. I'm not gonna bring this podcast down,
Look where
but
you
yeah,
are now. Yes.
yeah. I was like, but let's just say I went through a dark path, but by the grace of God, I came out of it.
Amen.
Um,
That's
so,
awesome.
and I'm here today as a publisher and a writer and creator.
And
Uh,
podcaster and
and
businessman.
yeah,
Got to
and
put it
so many
all in
different
there. Put them
hats,
all in
and
there.
so
Yeah.
many different, so
Put
many
them all in
hats.
there.
What's one item you always have when you do conventions?
Oh, let me think because it's been a while since I've been to a convention. Oh, I always have this is kind of stupid, a little pocket mirror and some eyelash glue to fix my little fake eyelashes because they're always
That's
coming
not
off, you know.
stupid.
There's always something crazy or
That's
your
organized
makeup
chaos.
smears. Yes. Oh, and fabric glue. So I've had some wardrobe malfunctions at cons. So now I carry
No.
fabric glue and some pins and safety pins and stuff with me. But so I know that's
Oh
not
my
one
god.
item, but I'm trying to think of something that like actually does something. There's a good reason to have it. It might be weird, but there's a reason for
Oh my
it.
god. If you could collaborate with like any living fantasy author or deceased, who would it be?
Oh my god. Okay, can I do one deceased and one
That's what I
alive?
said. That's why I said
Oh,
living or deceased. That's
one.
what I said.
Okay,
Yeah.
I have two then. Then, well, one would be Anne Rice, and then the other one would be Alex
Ooh.
Astor. She's a
Anna Rice,
YA
Interview of the
fantasy.
Vampire.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I was like,
She
yes.
was one
I'm
of
like,
my inspirations. Yeah, well, Queen the Damned. You know, she wrote Queen the
yeah.
Damned, and so of
And who was the
course, what
second one
would
you
you?
said?
Oh, so the second one, she's alive. Is Alex Astor. She's a young adult fantasy author, also, but hers are
Ah,
more kind of like high fantasy. So mine's more like urban fantasy, I
ah.
guess. So, but I follow her on Instagram, and I feel like we kind of have the same ideas about things, and like our writing styles are similar. And I was like, oh, I just love her. I wish I could do something like some kind of collab with her. She's so awesome.
Oh my God. Hell yeah. I was like, my collaboration, I would have loved to work with C.S. Lewis,
Who's
uh
that?
Narnia, the Narnia books.
Oh, I should have known that. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Yeah,
Big
Narnia.
fantasy books.
Yeah. And um Tolkien, the author of Lord of the Rings, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, Tolkien. All
I keep
right.
forgetting, I know his last name, but I
I
forget
don't
his
ever remember his
Tolkien.
initials or
But I
his
always know
name.
him
It's
as
just
Tolkien.
Tolkien. Yeah, Tolkien. That's it. No, it's Tolkien. It's the Hobbit guy, the Hobbit
Oh my God.
writer.
Yeah, I always go by Tolkien or alive, I would say Stephen King,
Yes. Oh my God.
um, or James Patterson.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, at least you came up with more. I only had two that I could think of. I'm sure if I sat down and really thought about it, there'd be a couple more. But
Okay,
those are my top two. How about
that
that?
was just the ones off the top of my head I can think
There you
of.
go. Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay, let's get to some fun questions before we close
Okay.
out.
Here we go. All right.
Okay, this is rapid fire. So,
Oh.
would you
Okay.
rather fight a dragon or negotiate peace with one?
With who?
Would you rather fight a dragon or negotiate peace with one?
Oh my God, if they understand me, I would negotiate peace.
Would you rather have magic or immortality?
Magic.
Interesting. Is one of your character if one of your characters could interview you, who would ask the toughest questions?
Definitely Blake, this male main character. He's something else.
Nice, nice, nice. I like that. Which fictional universe would you love to cosplay?
A universe?
Yeah, any fictional universe you haven't cosplayed before, but you would actually.
Oh God, I've done all over the place. Holy crap. Oh no, I've done that too. Dang. I was gonna say Sailor Moon, but I forgot I did a Sailor Mars. Oh man,
Oh,
it would probably be some anime that I used to watch. I don't watch anime like I used to, but some of the older stuff, Blue Exorcist, like stuff like that.
interesting. And
It would
if
be hard to
Rise,
pin that one.
yeah, okay, I got you. And if Rise of Midnight became a video game, what genre would the game be?
Oh my God, that's such a hard question. Which genre? Okay, I guess
Yeah.
action with some like side quests that might be like not
Oh,
action. Does that make
yeah.
sense? It would be
And
mostly action, but there would be yeah.
all right, now looking ahead, what's next with your Rise of Midnight series?
Oh yeah, so I did talk about my fifth and final book. I've said this every time I finish a book. I don't think I'm gonna write another one. And here I am again. I'm on the fifth book, and I don't have enough content for a sixth. I don't see myself
Um,
being able to write a sixth book. But I never know. I could pump out that fifth one, and a year later, I started getting ideas because that's what has happened to me
you could do a spinoff or
multiple
something. You never
times.
know.
Yeah, and my husband has actually gave me some ideas for spin-offs and stuff, but my heart's not in it, so I
Oh,
have to wait till my heart's in it, and
darn.
then
Okay.
I know. Well, if I
Husband push
think
her to do it.
I know. I was like, come on, Dylan. He gave me a
Oh,
good idea. It's one of the characters that I introduced in the third book.
ooh.
Her name is Sakura, and she's from Japan, and she's stuck in the body of an 8-year-old because she was turned at a young age, but she's a
Oh, wow.
hundred and I forget how old I said she was in the book, 190 something years old. But he was like, you should do a spin-off of her story because my God, how cool would that be? And I was like,
That
oh.
sounds badass.
So
I
once I
I
get
haven't read the
this,
book yet, but that sounds badass.
I was thinking about because her father was a samurai, and so she grew up around, in the feudal Japan era. So, and if you think of Inuyasha, obviously I really loved Inuyasha. That's an anime, and that was one of my inspirations for my book. So I was like,
Heck
oh, I could
yeah,
kind
let's
of kind of
go.
go back on that with Sakura's, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
And where can we actually find and purchase your current book that's out?
Oh, okay. So both of my books are on jumpmasterpress.com. That's my publisher. And you can also get them on my website, author saraafreites.com. You can get them online, Amazon, Barnes and Noble, or anywhere books are sold online. Ebook and paperback and audiobook hopefully will be coming soon. It's in the talks, but the publisher's got some other stuff going on right now. So hopefully maybe next year they'll start on my audiobooks. So cross your fingers.
And where can we follow you on social media to keep up to date with you?
So Sapphire Art, it's SAF. It's my initials, Sapphire Art. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. Is that all? Or yeah, that's it. And
Uh,
YouTube, but I don't go by Sapphire on YouTube. It's my legal name, Sarah Scott, my married name.
God,
So, but I do post stuff on there, but it's mostly just book trailers, and I don't have
nice.
a lot of original content that I put on there, so it's mostly music and stuff. But
Gotcha. Well, first, thank you so much for coming on, talking with
thank
us.
you. Thank you so much for having me.
Um,
This was awesome.
and as I said, well, from every time a Jumpmaster Press author has come on my show, Kyle, apologies in advance. I'm going to be buying a lot of your author's books on your website. So I'm sorry for the order coming soon.
Don't be sorry.
Uh, but congrats on book 3 coming December of this year.
It's
Do you have an
coming up.
official date or yet? Or
No, I don't have the date yet. I
damn
don't have
it.
a pre-order date, so they do pre-orders
Come
first,
on,
but it will all
Kyle.
be in December. I know. I usually, so far, I haven't known a date until like the week of, so it just kind of they
Okay.
fly by the seat of their pants, man.
Oh my God.
But
But
December, so
well,
I'll be
keep a
watching.
lookout, guys. Go to jumpmasterpress.com. Make sure you buy her books and blast this story, cause so we can make indie the new mainstream and get the old part out of Hollywood. But thank
Yes.
you again for coming on. And you guys, if you'd like to follow me on Instagram, as I am Kevin Davis Official, and I'm also on TikTok at Kevirsyle. It's spelled Kevirsal, and YouTube is the same thing, Kevirsyle. And my website, kevirsyle.com. That's going to plug that in. So, so many hats, I know, but
Oh, that's
and
okay.
you can
Mine
find me in
too.
here. All right. I also hit Kevirsyle Network on the Madness Entertainment Group, where I do have interview every Friday, and that's pretty much it. And so thank you for watching, and thank you for coming on, Miss Sarah.
Yes,
And
thank
again,
you for having
Kyle,
me.
I'm sorry in advance again. But
He will be happy.
right. And we catch you guys next time.
Bye, guys.
If you missed the live viewing of any Madness Entertainment Group production, you can find all our content on Roku or as a member of this channel. We'll see you next time on the Madness Entertainment Group.